Questlines are about to change a bit, probably. If you haven't seen it, Crytek distributed a survey asking for feedback for the recent Gator-themed questlines. And the goal of this survey is said simply, your feedback will help them improve the overall game experience for everyone. I'll link to the survey in the pinned comment so you can provide yours too, and hopefully you won't let my impressions cloud your own. So far, we've had 4 questlines: Billy and the Stalker Beetle, the Halloween questline, the Ward of the Reptilian, and the Vengeance of the Skinned, which just concluded recently. We also learned in the Update 113 dev stream that Billy and the Stalker Beetle, that questline that was unlocked as a Twitch drop event last year, will be going away on the 14th of September, so if you haven't completed it and you did unlock it at the time, you will need to complete it before that date. I finally unlocked Billy last week, and I'm happy to have it done. The stated reason for this questline disappearing is for some planned changes to the UI in the future, as well as future events. That's all the explanation we get, but we can assume that menu is either about to change or go away. So let's get into the feedback section, the questions asked in the survey. Did we like the format of the questlines? Were they enjoyable? Were they difficult or easy to complete? And how did we like the cosmetics? And again, I'm not trying to sway you, provide your own opinions in the linked survey. In my opinion, the questline challenge is one that appeals to progression gamers. The questlines had 6 acts or chapters to progress through. You earn these challenge points by completing quests, and then would progress to the next chapter once you met a certain threshold and you got a cosmetic reward like a charm, a weapon skin, or a legendary hunter. My favorite aspect about this format is that the quests inspired new loadout decisions. So you'd get a quest that says something like set living hunters on fire, and you'd stock up on incendiary ammo or hellfire bombs and let them rip. The first couple days and weeks in the new questline often meant seeing loadouts that were off meta because all the players were trying to unlock those skins. So for me personally, I really enjoyed switching up my loadouts to do that. However, the significant con for this same format is that some quests were an absolute slog. Collecting gator traps for 2 months was annoying, and everyone I play with on the regular would just let out a sigh when it came time to find those. It wasn't difficult to find them, just hop in Darksight and look in the sky, but it was tedious and often meant traveling out of your way or avoiding combat to complete it. Also, location-specific quests, especially in the Ward of the Reptilian, where you had to travel to a certain compound on the map, like fishery or prison, to kill meatheads, were very annoying. Because sometimes you'd go to those locations and there wouldn't be the particular AI present that you needed. And the only real solution was extract and roll the dice to try again. I had a particular painful stint where I had like 7 games in a row of no meathead at my required compound. Thankfully, in the Vengeance of the Skinned, those quests were changed to any monster at those compounds, and it was much easier to complete. And on the topic of that format, if you forgot to equip a new quest once you completed one, it felt like wasted progress when you realized that the match you were in wasn't counting toward completing the next chapter in the questline. So it was yet another thing to manage between rounds, aside from your loadout, your health bar, your traits, all that. You also had to go in and make sure you were tracking a quest relevant to the chapter you were on. Small thing, but kind of annoying. And another thing, because certain quests required certain ammo types or variants, it felt particularly punishing for anyone that prestiged recently, because often they would have to first unlock that special ammo type or weapon variant, which meant those certain quests took twice as long to complete, and that was just another point of frustration. And one final topic, specifically for the Halloween questline, I will say I would rather have a seasonal event, kind of like Devil's Moon or even Serpent Moon, I guess, where a battle pass is present, than the season-themed questline, which is what we got in the Halloween questline. Just a personal preference though. If you feel differently, you should definitely mention that in the survey. But now I want to talk about cosmetics because it's a topic that is framed a little differently in light of the recent Blood Bond changes coming in Update 113. During the recent questlines, we weren't aware that Blood Bonds would be getting removed from the accolade rewards. Those are the post-match cards that you see after each mission. So those are going away, which means most players will be earning significantly less Blood Bonds for free. I have a longer video about that in the description if you want more about those changes. But looking at events in the wake of that announcement, it seems like the events will continue to be a way that players can get some free legendary cosmetics. Some of the most sought after legendary skins are those that were given out in the events of the past, and in a way that does make them feel more special. I mean, specifically for the last two questlines, I did enjoy many of the legendary skins. I like the Nola Screw, the Bombland skin, and I like both legendary hunters. They fit right into the game without being like gothic weirdos. Sorry to this future event skin. But if we assume that events will continue to supply some free legendary skins, no money required, I hope Crytek can strike a balance where the free skins are still cool and rewarding, and the premium skins feel premium and worth the money. Just something to consider going forward, and I'm curious how the community feels about it. Do you enjoy the free legendaries? Do you like the style of them? I'm currently debating if completing the last act of Billy and the Stalker Beetle is worth my time for a weapon charm, but if Billy was the final reward, there would be no question. So I guess it just depends how you value the different legendary skins versus charms versus legendary hunters. Alright, that covers all my feedback for the questlines. I'm curious what you think. Let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure there's a lot of good discussion about this. So be sure to give Crytek your feedback with the link in the pinned comment. It probably won't take you more than like 5 minutes if you haven't done it. Subscribe for more videos about Hunt Showdown topics and events. And until the next video, goodbye.